Northern Ireland will effectively be economically annexed by the European Union as a result of little-known rules governing labelling, which will make it extremely difficult for supermarkets chains to stock their shops there, a Brexiteer MP has claimed. If a deal between the UK and David Jones, deputy chairman of the European Research Group (ERG), says the only solution may be more legislation to disapply EU law in addition to the controversial internal market bill published by Boris Johnson earlier this month. The problem was highlighted by Martin Howe QC, chairman of Lawyers for Britain, last week, who pointed out the withdrawal agreement agreed last year means after the end of the year, labels which British food and drink businesses use will no longer be legally recognised on the continent, or, crucially, in Northern Ireland. Given the time needed to print new labels, it seems increasingly likely that retailers will face huge problems once January 1 arrives, if an agreement between the UK and EU is not reached by then. Mr. Jones, Tory MP for Clwyd West, told Express.co.uk Mr. Howe was right to raise the issue. He said, frankly, it is part of the residual problem we will have when we have left the transition period because of the way that the Northern Ireland Protocol operates. So every time you look at it, it is more and more as if effectively Northern Ireland will be economically annexed by the European Union. Mr. Jones added, the Internal Market Bill has got clauses in Part 5 that are aimed at mitigating the impact by allowing courts to disapply EU law domestically. But it is a bit like the Hydra in Greek mythology, every time you chop off one head another half a dozen appear. And this is part of the problem of the Northern Ireland Protocol, which will mean that it will probably be extremely difficult for supermarket chains to stock in Northern Ireland using products that are commonly available in the rest of the UK. So ultimately you will see Northern Ireland supermarkets stocked with goods supplied by the EU. Together with Mr. Howe, Mr. Jones, also a lawyer by profession, was one of 8 legal experts who ran the rule over the backstop plan for Northern Ireland contained in Theresa May's draft withdrawal agreement last year.